look at me with a straight face and tell me that, like, that enemy doesn't look suspiciously like a certain Mario enemy. And now suddenly, Mystery Man shows up again, but he doesn't want to fight us? Comment your thoughts below on what we're going to get, and then leave your guesses in after. Hello, spectators, and welcome to the show. It is your host, MosaicPlays, here with part 2 of Mega Man 3. So last time, we defeated Top Man, and also Hard Man, Magnet Man, and Needle Man. We defeated half of them. So in this part, we will be taking down the other half. Let's do that starting now with Shadow Man. Up in here with the red waterfalls in the background. Why does that make such ninjas? Maybe the ninja, you know, like theme they were trying to go for. Meanwhile, we're having a third battle with Mystery Man right here. Yeah, get wrecked, Mystery Man. Who we are not delving in to the name just yet. Let's punch that light out. Yeah, one punch. Yeah, because that is what we did. We punched out that light and one punch. Not that one though. We missed it. 2 punches. This doesn't roll off the tongue the same way as One Punch Man, doesn't it? Funny enough, I never actually watched One Punch Man. Do you guys recommend that show, One Punch Man? If you've seen it yourself, of course. If you haven't seen it, don't tell me how you feel about it because you wouldn't know either. Just a personal little question I gotta ask on that. Because I'm just a little bit curious because I've always heard of the show, I just never really watched it. That's all. You saw nothing. Obviously they are. You didn't get me. Okay, so fun fact about Shadow Man. He is weak to the top spin. So another thing you want to know is funny about the top spin. If you want to use it to damage the boss, you have to take damage yourself. Oh, and by the way, he can slide too. So, with all those combined reasons, how about we just get ourselves taken out, and now we bust out the top spin? That just seems like the smart idea here. So now, let's top spin Shadow Man into a wave. And that was pretty easy. But yeah, seriously, other than using it to defeat Shadow Man, the top spin is... Oh, and one other boss that I will not spoil right now because it's going to blow your mind what boss that is. There is literally no use for the top spin. It, like, might as well not exist other than those 2 uses. There's only one other time in this game we're ever going to use it, and again, it is just going to blow your mind where that other use is. I am not going to say right now, but there is one other place you use it that is just like, huh? Anyway, though, we are going to go for Snake Man next. For more than one reason. Tasty. For one thing, we actually have Snake Man's weakness on us. Not going to say what that is yet, but we do. Plus, Snake Man's weapon is a pretty neat pickup to get. So, that is why Snake Man's going to be our next target now. Fun fact about Snake Man you didn't know. He's actually the very first Robot Master that was themed after an animal, if you didn't know. Because, like, think about it. It's like, when it comes to all the previous games, let's see, you had Cut Man, Guts Man, Ice Man, Fire Man, Bomb Man, and Cut Man. Unless I already said Cut Man, I don't know if I already did say Cut Man. Okay, you know what, Big Snake? I'm gonna punch you in the jaw! Bam! Alright. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, though, yeah, because you have all the ones from Mega Man 1 that were themes like that, and then in Mega Man 2, let's see, you have Air Man, you have Bubble Man, you have Heat Man, you have Quick Man, you have Flash Man, you have Crash Man, and then, of course, you have Metal Man, Wood Man. And then in this game, you have all the other Robot Masters that you fight too. None of them are themed after animals. Meaning, Snake Man was the very first Robot Master to be themed after an animal. And he certainly isn't the last one. as you will see in later entries of the series. But yeah, that's just one very interesting bit of trivia that you may not have noticed about Snake Man until now. But yeah, that is in fact the case, and it's pretty, like, cool. And you have mystery capsules. What do you think we're going to get, chat? Comment your thoughts below on what we're going to get, and then leave your guesses in after. Oh. What do you think we're going to get, chat? Leave your thoughts below now. Anyway. Nice. All we got. And find another Snake mini boss. This should be hard. Boom! Wrecked. Yeah, see, this is what I mean by this is why we got the hard knuckle really early on. It's a really handy weapon to have. You see what I did there? No pun intended, but you see what I did there? But anyway, you're jumping around at the speed of Playhide's favorite animal. I mean, it is, right, Playhide? I see, that's your answer. Look at me with a straight face and tell me that, like, that enemy doesn't look suspiciously like a certain Mario enemy. I think you guys know exactly which one I'm thinking of, but seriously, tell me that does not look suspiciously like a certain Mario enemy. Like, come on, it's like, you see it, right? I don't have to tell you, correct? I don't think I do. Anyway, we are fighting Snake Man. By the way, yes, his weakness is the Needle Cannon, if you're curious. So let's just unload it on him. Yeah, that was pretty easy. As I have said before regarding Mega Man 2, Robot Masters become absolute cakewalks if you have their weakness on you. Like, literally. Either they are super hard or they are super easy. That is literally how they will always work every single time. Anyway, we got the Search Snake, which is a pretty nifty, handy weapon to have. I would still say the Magnet Missile and the Hard Knuckle are more useful, but it's pretty neat too. So next, I think, on the agenda is going to be Spark Man. Our 7th Robot Master this time around. Something kind of funny about Spark Man is that it's like, for some reason, I was the kind who would always fight Spark Man first, playing this game growing up and stuff. But honestly, over time I just kind of learned that Spark Man, for reasons you'll see in a bit, is not the most optimal one to fight first. Also, I need to do something. All done. Oh yeah, this part is pretty deadly. You gotta be really careful, or you'll instantly die if you mess that up. So, don't mess it up. By the way, I wonder if anybody knows what Spark Man's weakness is. We will see if you can guess right now, because like I talked about, Mega Man 3 just has a more unusual weakness order, where it actually kind of forces you to beat, like, 2 of the Robot Masters with just the Mega Buster round in just one, which really mixes up the order you fight the bosses in. Because, fun fact, we already have Gemini Man, the remaining Robot Master's weakness also. But, because of the fact that, like, this has a system it does, we just didn't fight him. By the way, yes, Spark Man's weakness is the Shadow Blade. And I think the reason for that is that, you know, sparks create light, Shadow Man's in the shadows, on top of the Shadow Blades, like, because they're sharp, they can cut wires. You know, sparks, electricity, wires, it all makes sense. Basically, Electrum. And that was pretty easy. Didn't even break a sweat. Other than getting really low on health, which was a little bit uncomfortable. But yep, 7 out of 8 of them are done. Yeah. You got Spark Shock. You got a fairly useless weapon. Better than the Top Spin, still pretty useless. Not the greatest. Anyway, we are on to the final Robot Master, Gemini Man. So let's take him out. Hey guys, I think Gemini Man is going to be the hardest. You know why? Because his name is Gemini. He's literally named after Google's AI model, guys. Oh no, this is going to be such a tough fight. I can't believe this is going to be so difficult. That is why he's in space, guys, because he transcends all forms of technology that exists on our own planet right now. He is more advanced than any other robot master there possibly is out there. He knew the future, guys. That's why his name is Gemini. How will Mega Man ever win this? Especially given how he's blue like him. That especially shows that he just won't be able to beat him! What'd I just say? No idea. We are at the speed of crystals. And now suddenly, Mystery Man shows up again, but he doesn't want to fight us? And instead he decides to help us? That's pretty random, to be honest. So Mystery Man shows, for that reason, that he's kind of a morally ambiguous character, kind of like Mennonite from Kirby's Adventure. Go watch Kirby's Adventure, by the way. Because if people show enough for support for that part of the series I put up, I'll probably go back to it and finish it. I'm very willing to do it. It's just, you guys need to show me you want to see it continue. If you don't, easy. Just don't go click on it. But if you do, go click on it. Hello there. And we now fight a giant penguin. And beat the giant penguin. Not much else to note on. Other than the fact that this is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. See, like I said, hard knuckle kicks butt. That is why I grabbed this weapon so early on. It is really good to have once you have it. And now we have the water segment of this game. Probably one of the only parts in which Rush Marine will ever be useful. Now, I think these goodies are worth going for, but yeah. And we got 2. Nice. So something odd I've heard some people say is that they, think Mega Man 3 is, worse than Mega Man 2, and I just don't see it, personally, in my case, if I haven't really brought that up, because, in my opinion, Mega Man 3 is, leagues better than the second one. I gotta be honest with you on that end, since I hadn't really talked about that. That's my opinion on it, because, more polished presentation, more fun weapon selection, more balanced weapon selection. Anyway, let's battle Gemini Man. This is really getting out of hand. There are 2 of them. So, basically, the strategy you want to use with this guy is, first off, you don't really need to use the weakness. Just do this for a while. And after a certain point, something interesting will happen. One of them seemed to have disappeared. Now I wonder what's with that. Nothing happened. You saw nothing. You didn't see anything. Ha! I didn't even need to use my E-Tank. Take that, Gemini Man. But yeah, you use the weakness on the second half, on the first half, just Mega Buster them, and you're good. But yeah, you saw that right. Gemini Man's weakness was the Search Snake. So when I went to go face Sparkman, I already had both of their weaknesses. It really just came down to which Robot Masters I want to fight when. But you will find something interesting. So you're like, now you go to Wily, right? Wrong. This is Mega Man 3. We have 4 stages to revisit. Here's what I think. We will talk more about that topic about Mega Man 3 and why I referred over to next episode. Because these robots here, which I will also tell you the name of the next episode, I have some interesting things to talk about with them, and there are some interesting things to see with them for sure. With that being said though, Mosaic Arts is leaving the building. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content relating to Mega Man, Nintendo, Minecraft, Sonic the Hedgehog, EXE, and otherwise. And until next time, spectators, see you in the next show.